This is a webinar provided by the Forest Biometrics Research Institute. The category is FPS software installation. The topic today is Windows 10 setup. My name is Jim Arty, and I will narrate this topic. First off, let's open Windows Explorer, and we'll go to the FPS installation to a database. So I'm going into the FP7 folder, to the data folder. In the data folder, I'm going to use any database. In this case, I'm going to use one I've used recently, Puget 2014, and I'll open it. All right, pops up. Everything looks fine. Now, for example, let's use the Add-in tab, and let's go to the Cruise compiler and run the Cruise compiler. What happens in this case, this is Windows 10, it's just been installed, is that we are coming up with some errors where it is attempting to use an ODBC interface and link the software to this particular database. It says no user access to the ODBC registry keys. That implies that we're trying to set up this link and Windows 10 is not allowing us to read-write to these keys. I'll click OK. SQL Server failed to connect to the database simply because it can't modify those. Again, it's trying to do it, and no user access to the ODBC registry keys. I click OK. SQL Server fails to connect. Now the dialog box comes up. Don't be fooled by this. This is because this database had been opened previously before installing Windows 10, and the link is there. If it happened to be a different link, you are now tied to whichever database you may have used last. We do not want to follow this, so let's cancel out of here. There's the database. Now, go back to Windows Explorer, and here's how we're going to fix this problem. With Windows 10 fresh installation, we're going to go down to the Windows folder, find the Windows folder. In the Windows folder, we're going to, let's click on that. Clicking on the Windows folder, we're going to find regedit. Okay, I'm going to put these in alphabetical order so that you can see where it occurs. So if we slide all the way down here, here is a file. It's called regedit. regedit. Double click that. Will say, well, do you have permission to do this? You may have to get your system's administrator, but yes, I do have access. What this opens up is the registry editor, and we want to use the local machine, H key. We want to go into the software folder. Okay, software. We're going to go down within the software folder, and because this is a Windows machine 64-bit, I'm going to go to Windows 64-bit. So there we are, Windows 64-bit, and I'm going to go down to, what were we looking for? ODBC. And so here is ODBC connection. Notice there's nothing in there, just a default. It's the permissions. So right click ODBC and select permissions. And here's where we can find what we need to correct. Look at users, all users. Okay, what does users say? Full control, nothing. So we're going to check box. Users have full control of the ODBC interface. We're going to apply that. And now I can close it. All right. I don't have to do anything else. I have just adjusted or corrected the permissions to allow users to do read-writes to the ODBC interface, and will exit out of the registry. We don't no longer need the Windows folder. Now let's go back to our database, which is actually still open over here. Still open. I'm going to go to the cruise compiler, run cruise compiler, and guess what? Yeah, bit pops and the database has been found. Everything is linked, and I can click start and everything will begin to run. This may happen in Windows 8 as well, or even in Windows 7 on a new installation, if in your instance the ODBC register has blocked your ability to do read and writes. We need this functionality because this allows us to read and write to databases from our software. This webinar series was provided by the Forest Biometrics Research Institute. There are others to choose from on the web. Thank you.